Um, hello. This is kind of awkward. Like, hold on. Hello. I was making this video to tell you that I'm not wearing any pants. But anyway, um, I've just been like watching a lot of movies recently and watching I watched like the whole Star Wars, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I watched Mandalorian, and I watched like all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I've just been beating video games after video games after video game, and I've just been thinking like anytime I like play these games or I like read these books or whatever, like cuz I read books too. I read like 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 the whole Lord of the Rings series, and I read uh like The Hobbit. I mean, I'm reading The Hobbit, and I'm getting into like the One Piece and things like that, and all this stuff like Dragon Ball and One Piece and stuff. And like what it made me think of was like especially with like Resident Evil and stuff like that. What it made me think of is that like how do they come up with all of these things? Like what kind of genius person like puts together like a super good video game like Resident Evil or something? Um, yeah, and like especially The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, like when he was making that stuff, the Tolkien was making those books for like 15 years. Like, where does he get like the inspiration? Because I know a lot of it is like just history and things that he's done in the past, but um, I just wonder where do these people come up with all of these ideas? Like, do you ever think that like all these fictional characters and all these like things that just exist in people's imagination, is it really in their imagination, or is it real in another world or something? Like it's like you look at like a screen and you watch like a movie, like let's say you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, like just take that as an example, and you see all these guys in boats and on ships and like in the ocean, and they're fighting and they're killing each other, and there's there's skeletons and there's pirates, and they're stealing gold and they're stealing all these things. And then you just turn off the TV, and it's like for a minute your brain was like in another world or whatever. Like they like they like transport your mind to somewhere else, and then it's like they have all these crazy things like waves and big boats and cannons, explosions and things like that. And then you just like it looks real. Like it looks real. But then you just turn off the television or you just close the book or whatever, and then you go about your way. And um it just seems to me like I don't know how to put it. Like it has to be real in some way. Like Like, for them to have all of those, like, how do you say it? Like, dang, like, for them to put it, like, for a guy, for, like, I don't know who it was that directed it or whatever, like, Walt Disney or whoever, to come up with these ideas and put it in a behind a camera. Like, obviously they're using special effects, they're using actors, they're using these things, but who was it that put that idea in their head? Like, um, it seems like for them to even get the idea, at the end of the day, you could say it's just an imagination, it's just an idea. But where does the idea really come from? Like, it came from somewhere. It wasn't like it just came out of nowhere. Like somebody made it, and then what decides if it gets popular or not? Like, mm, like George Lucas, when he was making Star Wars, and he has these Death Stars and people with lasers and um people with lightsabers and aliens and things like that. He just did it because if you look at history, he just did it because he was inspired by like Japanese samurai and stuff like that and like soap operas and stuff like that. But really, it has become one of the biggest franchises of all time. So it makes you wonder, like, who is George Lucas? Like, who is that guy? Is he really just some guy? Um, like like these things all had to come probably from like I don't know, some other dimension or something. Somebody had to have like those ideas, and somebody had to like put it in their brain or something. Like, hmm, um, I don't know. And then just to give you like a better example, like I read all the Harry Potter books. Well, one big question is like, where did J.K. How did J.K. Rowling, how did she come up with all these Harry Potters? Well, she said she always wanted to be a writer from when she was a little girl. Like she always had like a dream in her head. But it wasn't until one day she was like poor and starving or whatever, and she was like taking care of her children, and she was like running out of money, and she like, I don't know, either she wasn't making money from like her teaching job or whatever, and she was just on a train, and then she got a vision of like a wizard boy in her head that walked past her on the train. She says she saw a wizard, a little boy, on the train that walked past her. She doesn't say like um man, I feel like I want to sneeze. you have to look you have to look at the language. She doesn't say like it just like that she was just walking about and then like her friend or her buddy like said something about a wizard and then she came up with it. It's like it came to her in like a vision or something, like in like a prophecy. Like like and then she wrote like 7 books, huge books, and they became like one of the biggest, another one of the biggest franchises in the world. And then at some point you have to ask yourself, do you really think like all these things in life are they just like random? And excuse me. Um, I don't know, but I think they're not random. And anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, do the ideas really just do people? They say people just come up with the idea, but do they really just come up with the idea? And if it's a guy behind it, whether it's a guy behind a screen or whether it's a guy in a TV box, like you'll say no, it's not real. It's like it's just a television. It's just like it's just a screen. Like, but then like you could have a hamster in a box, and a hamster could be a real hamster. Like, it's just because it's in a plastic box, does that mean it's not real? And then when you turn off the TV, do the people really go away? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that was my thoughts for the day. Um, happy 4th of July.